as it begins to rain heavily outside. Joseph, um, cuddling. You can choose how your creature has decided to stop running and hide, however you'd like, Sean. How your character has decided to do that.
He's probably going to jump straight to trying to look for someone to feed on because he's hungry right now.
Okay. So how did Joseph take shelter? As the Rodstrak was conveying him.
Probably first thing immediately out of getting out of the church is to obfuscate and then just run and probably just keep running. Not really pay attention to direction. Just stay obfuscated as much as he can and run wherever he can.
Okay. In that case, Joseph might have been found, crouched against the wall or, behind a dumpster in an alley, something or anything. All right. In that case, yeah, Joseph's free and clear, good to go. We'll go ahead and still count this as part of his domain. This area around his church will say that he stayed close enough by. Is Joseph, like, hungry right now? Is he below his self-control in that? 7 minus
Yeah.
self-control? Okay. In that case, how does Joseph want to go about the process of looking for prey?
Probably just looking for someone to talk to, someone. Probably just looking for the first person he comes across and tailoring it to them. Just someone that's alone, out of the way.
Okay, you can go ahead and give me, like, say, wits plus streetwise then, to ensure that you can, a difficulty 4, to ensure that you could properly isolate and target someone like that.
That's
Okay,
a success.
it's easily a success. You managed to isolate and target someone like that. All right. The next thing that has to be happen, especially whenever Joseph tastes the blood, is a self-control roll to avoid frenzying while he's hungry. At difficulty 6.
Nope.
Nope,
Son of a
he's frenzy.
son of a bitch. Okay. Joseph can choose to. If the frenzy has the potential to cause the vampire to commit an atrocity, such as if you're gonna be killing someone through, like, say, exsanguination, the storyteller can roll the difficulty as 9 minus conscience instead. Would that be a better roll? No, you only have 1 point of conscience now, right?
Well, he's got. I don't think he took a
Okay.
dip to his conscience, did he?
No, he has 4 conscience. So we'll say that's difficulty 5, which still wouldn't be good anyway. Okay.
It was Germain that went down to only one conscience.
Right. My apologies. I forgot. Let's see. Failure means that the character goes into an emotional rampage. In that case, I definitely say that you exsanguinate the person.
That's 7 blood, right?
It would be. On the bright side, while you're in a frenzy, well, do you still have to roll for your sanguinary animism while you're in a frenzy?
He probably will once he leaves the frenzy, if he remembers what he did.
Oh no, you always remember what you do.
Then, yeah, probably when he leaves the frenzy.
Yeah, it's well, it would probably be immediate. I mean,
Yeah, it would be willpower roll at difficulty 9 if you drain the mortal to the point of death.
can I spend a willpower point on that?
Doesn't say you can't. So, yeah. You certainly can, and that would be a success enough for you to keep your control. You also have to make a conscience roll at difficulty 8 to avoid losing humanity, since you have 6, and that doesn't exactly mean that you're immune to being sad from exsanguination. It's your attempt to rationalize it. That's a success. Joseph somehow rationalizes what he did, might feel remorse about it or whatever, but he keeps his composure.
Dude,
It's straight up, I didn't mean to.
A snowman just to kill him, so he did what he had to survive. I think that's rational.
Yep. Yeah, you've expended a point of willpower. Yeah, you're down to 2 now. But yeah, you're full at blood pool. You did kill a person. There's a body, but they'll be assumed to have died in some other fashion after you lick the wound. Some sort of heart attack or something. Definitely won't be traced back to you. A heart attack that drains all the person's blood. Totally legit.
Well, it all depends on where you stick the body. You stick it in a dumpster, it might not be found for a very long time.
That's right. Anyway, what would Joseph like to do now? He is still significantly wounded, and as he would know, the aggravated damage is such that he's not recovering after this. After like an hour.
What would he like to do? Hang himself, probably. But what he's going to do is head
Well, I mean,
back
you can
to
hang
the
yourself
church.
all night, every night.
That's right. It'll only be just basically some stress on your head, and so long as you don't hang yourself hard enough that your fucking neck snaps, and
And even then, that's what? Really targeted bashing damage?
Hey, it might count as lethal. But yeah, he's going to very, very slowly walk towards the church.
Okay. Strangely enough, it does not seem as if, well, I don't know whether your characters would find this strange or not. For all the sound and all of the gunfire and all of the whatever the hell that transpired, it doesn't seem as if anyone thinks anything is out of the ordinary outside of the church. No police, no concerned citizens, no anything.
They've gotten jaded by all the gang violence.
And eventually, Joseph does make his way back to the church. Craig, for his part, has picked up the groceries that he dropped and is just sort of trying to organize and clean everything after looking at his fellow ghoul companion. But Craig's in sort of like wide-eyed shock, and he's just moving slowly, adroitly, almost as if like, how the hell am I going to do all of this?
Right, I'm just Byron, just sitting there on the one of the pews that wasn't thrown away, I guess, and he's going to just be waiting, kind of lost in thought. He's kind of in shock at the moment.
At the sight of Joseph, though, Craig will definitely perk up and drop his cleaning supplies that he has and rush over towards Joseph. Definitely concerned and very, sort of like excited and glad to see his Domitor.
Joseph's going to survey the scene, and then, assuming Byron's where he is on the map, going to ask both of them, how is everything?
Craig will defer to Byron on this one.
Yeah, Byron will slowly get up and walk over and say, "The thing's dead. Marcus and David are in torpor. Do you have a fresh shirt? Mine's a little ripped."
Joseph's eyebrows are probably floating above his head at this point. He's raised them so much. So, you managed to kill that thing?
It's dead.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's Byron's no inflection. He's just like running on autopilot right now, and So if you want much information out of them, it might be a little while. I mean, you want animation.
What about Rain?
Craig will look back at Joseph and say that she's fine. Obviously, she is definitely worse for wear, but she stopped bleeding. She's got some injuries. Didn't know whether wanted her to be taken to like the hospital straight away, or whether you wanted to see her, or whether there's anything specific that you might be able to somehow do. She'd recover slowly. Medical attention would be helpful for, resetting the bones and, putting some casts on and making sure that she'd be okay.
Schools can spend blood to heal, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they never go to the doctor unless,
That's right.
absolutely necessary and I'm not around.
That's right. That's why she was, kept and her wounds were dressed and everything. Sort of like waiting on you. But, of course, the ghouls don't have more than 2 blood points, so they would have to get more of your vitae in order to patch their wounds together.
Yeah.
And for Byron's part, she didn't look like she was on death's door, so he didn't feel that giving her any blood would be necessary, and it might actually do harm. When you start splitting blood bonds like that, it can get weird. So, even if it's just 1 point.
Joseph's first thing is going to be check on everyone, so go straight downstairs.
Byron's going to kind of track you with his eyes and notice that you're not going to get a shirt immediately and shrug and sit back down.
And you can definitely ask Craig. Craig wouldn't have a problem getting a shirt for you.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think of that. And so I'll look over at Craig and say, so, about that shirt.
Craig, sort of still in a daze, will nod slowly, and you'll get a shirt. It doesn't exactly fit Byron exacting, and it probably wouldn't be of the highest quality that Byron would like to wear on an everyday basis, but it works.
It's not
once
one of Marcus's shirts.
Right. Once he has a shirt, then I mean, Joseph will probably do what he's going to do beforehand, but he's going to walk down there and see if Joseph needs anything, and if he doesn't, he's just going to say, I need to go home and change. My clothes are destroyed.
Are you sure you want to be alone at this time?
Man, what? Every time I try to move the character, I keep getting these error messages. I might have to...
Yeah, I'm noticing that too. It's interesting. I'm actually going to go ahead and restart the server. I'm going to go ahead and save the campaign one final time. I noticed that was popping up towards the start of the session for whatever reason.
Yeah, it only popped up once for me.
It's popped up like 5 times for me.
I blame one of you. One of you must have broken my map.
I will choose to accept the blame.
No
Aaron,
way.
you son of a bitch.
We were
Yes,
colluding.
I did it intentionally and with malice.
You know what? I'm glad that you got taken down by the snowman. I'm glad.
I'm glad I lasted as long as I did. If I didn't, Byron wouldn't have been able to kill him.
Yeah, it's you two made very good blockers for Byron.
Well, and we did the bulk of the damage too. I'm just really glad you were there to finish the job.
Well, I did do, what was it, like 5 points of damage with that one headshot. So
That's fair.
but I think the total, he had a lot of points because I think Byron did 7 total because he did 5, 1, and 1. And
Well, to be
you
fair,
two,
he is huge. That means he has huge guts.
So the only guy who didn't protect Joseph's church is Joseph.
Correct.
irony abounds.
2 of us pretty much gave our lives to protect it, and all 3 of them gave their health. Just saying.
But I'll tell you, from a meta standpoint, I facepalmed when David went into torpor, just because it's like, you've had him back for like one session, and now he's down again.
I think 2 sessions, actually.
Oh,
Could be
was it?
wrong.
I just forget about the last one, kind of, because it was,
Yeah.
we didn't turn in sheets. But yeah, you're right.
I don't make you turn in sheets and you just fucking forget about it. That's it, fine. We're going back to character sheets every session. That's it. It's proved.
I'm actually fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. No big
I'm,
deal.
okay, I'm okay with this.
Alright, I think the throne should be fixed, and if not, then I'll probably just end up rolling back to,
Hell, we could set up a shared
Not giving a fuck.
Dropbox folder so that we can all have updated sheets all the time.
Not to put around your parade, Grimith, but the first thing that happened when I logged in on the server, error.
son of a
Oh,
bitch.
goody.
You know what, fine. I'll show this fucking session. I don't know why I glitched out, but I can fix this. Now I blame Java more so than any of you.
Grimith, no! You can't handle the server's power.
That's it. I'm loading another campaign map. I don't have to take this shit.
Grimith, no!
That's it. We're fucking done. And if this doesn't work, that means that Java's pulling our finger today.
Of all the things it could be pulling, that's one of the better ones.
Alright, server's back up.
So far, no error.
No error. This time.
However, because I had to load back to the earlier map before you fought the damn thing, I had to use the earlier tokens.
There we go. I updated mine.
I actually can't see my token now.
It's over in the side room.
Mine should be good.
Okay. Yeah, apologies. I'm not exactly sure why the fuck, this is transpiring, but it is.
It's Java being Java.
Yep. Alright, looks like everything else is good again. When last we left off, Joseph had gone down to check upon the trio of bodies, and Byron in the new shirt had followed down.
So, Joseph
Byron.
indicates everyone.
Sorry. Byron, where exactly is, where exactly are you keeping the rock? You know, Dwayne Johnson. Can you smell what he's cooking?
It would be. It would have been in my jacket pocket, but I probably would have removed the jacket and I would just throw it in my trousers, assuming any is left. I got hit in the chest, right?
Certainly, it's weird. Being down here, the rock, fist-sized rock, almost seems as if it's growing warmer, noticeably warmer. Not enough to burn you or sear through your clothes, but there's definitely some heat radiating from it.
Well, then Byron, as he walks down, he's going to stop short, a couple paces away from Joseph, and he's going to reach down and pick it up and look at it.
Joseph, what you see is Byron pull out this solid, completely 100% totally black object that absorbs all light. It looks like it is a rock of sorts, of course, of nothing that you've seen, and it's roughly the size and the shape of a fist, a human fist.
What's that?
The thing dropped it after it died. I shoved it in my pocket and forgot about it when I was moving everyone down here. It just got a little warmer, so I noticed it again.
Also notices that in your hand, is it? Now that's fucking... It's very slow going process, but it almost seems that from the very pores of this thing, it's oozing, yeah, you check, blood.
What the fuck? Byron's going to drop it between them, in the floor between them. Say, it's leaking blood now. What the fuck is this thing?
A delicious, everlasting gobstopper of blood.
Yeah, sure.
So what the fuck do we do with this? Joseph's
Surgically
gonna get
implanted
down.
in your abdomen. Infinite vitae.
Gonna get down and just poke at it, look at it.
Joseph sees exactly what Byron has seen, the descriptions of the thing. It's completely ink black rock, which appears to be pulsating a little, almost as if it's quivering just a smidge on the floor there, and it's leaving a slow stain of blood on the floor, which, goes along with all the other blood staining this room.
I keep a lot of corpses in here, but this is getting fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Byron is going to slowly touch it, like with his pinky, and smell the blood and see if he can tell what it is. I mean, is it good blood? Is it bad blood?
It appears to since Byron drank so heavily of the snowman thing, this appears to be the exact blood that was in that creature that he drank.
Byron will nod slowly to himself and look at Joseph, say, yeah, this is definitely the same blood that was in that thing. Maybe it's a storage device, or I don't know. Maybe we should have someone look at it and
if it was some kind of ghoul or something, if that thing was some kind of ghoul or something, I'm willing to bet it was, then this thing would keep it running for, well, assuming it keeps bleeding forever, as far as I can tell.
Byron will nod. Well, do you have a tub or a sink or somewhere out of place we can put it for now so it doesn't create more of a mess, or do you care?
Joseph's gonna put some pressure on it and feel like it's a rock. It's not gonna break if I kick it around, things like that.
For as much pressure as Joseph can possibly exert, even if he puts his maximum amount of effort into it, doesn't look as if the thing caves a centimeter.
Well, I'll find a garbage bag and...
If anything, it seems like all the pressure did make it leak out more blood. Only a little more.
I'll find a garbage bag.
So it's pretty slippery, right?
It's slick, yeah.
Can either of us make an occult roll for this? Because I think we both have it.
You can certainly make intelligence plus occult rolls for this, if you so desire.
I have one success.
I've got no occult.
Krypsyn, with that 9, you've never even heard of this thing before. This might be like a difficulty 10 thing, or it might be something that there's no way in hell you may have ever possibly heard of.
Right.
Last time you checked, you never heard of the creature that this thing came out of either, so...
He's never seen a Christmas special before? Come on. Come on, Grimith.
I think
He
I've
had
seen
a
this before.
very
And
sad
Star Wars: A
childhood.
Christmas Special?
I mean, he was in Europe. He probably never saw it before.
Yeah, but
Fuck
he
knows
grew
what
up
happens
in,
over
what,
there.
Connecticut?
Yeah, I mean, he lived in Connecticut. He was born there, but I mean, those Europeans, they're all heathens, right? I mean, they just that was a joke. Not really Europeans. Just kidding.
Nope, own it. He's talking about you, Europeans. You're
Joseph's
welcome.
gonna actually go out and get a trash bag for it.
Okay.
That's a really good decision because letting someone else's vitae down into the sewer underneath your haven is a bad idea when it comes to rats.
Let's see, is the rock actually still left there with Byron while Joseph goes to grab a bag?
Yeah, he doesn't think it's dangerous, like,
Okay.
instantaneously.
Byron
Of course, it's
then,
probably gonna kill everyone.
of course, leaning close to it, it definitely feels like it's getting warmer there. It's, sort of like, a nice, like, a portable, hand warmer. Which is nice to have in New York City, right?
Yeah, especially since we had that non-seasonal snowstorm with 3 feet of snow or whatever it was. Well,
Man, it's
Byron
so
will.
bad that you guys don't have the sheriff's number. Like, really, it's too bad, because David would have told you that
that's
he
what I
got
was
it.
thinking.
Wait, no, David did let you slip that he got it, didn't he?
Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah, he mentioned that he was making a call to the sheriff once.
He did.
Okay.
After the first time he saw the snowman.
Yeah, it does not occur to Byron. Maybe later he'll remember. He'll fish the phone out of your pocket or something, but he doesn't right now.
You mean you guys are going to remember to check my pockets this time?
Yeah, Byron's growing up. But anyway, so Byron is going to keep an eye on the rock, and if it gets any warmer, he's going to take it out of the room just in case something like it explodes or something.
No, it definitely doesn't look like it's exploding. It doesn't look like it's, like walking around. It's ambulatory. It's just resting there on the floor where it was left.
Well, then Joseph's gonna come back and stick it in the trash bag. Tie
Okay.
it off.
That thing is pretty warm. Yeah, maybe we should put it in a refrigerator or something. Do you have one you don't mind ruining?
If it gets that hot, it's probably gonna destroy everything anyways. That said, do we want to even keep this thing, whatever the fuck it is?
Oh, I know someone who would probably want it. Sevalot Cerveni.
Right. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Say, well, I mean, right now it's the only proof of that thing attacking us. So I think even just for that, it might be worth keeping. And aren't you a little curious at all what it is?
At this point, I'm just a little bit tired.
Agreed. Fine. How about this? I'll take it. I'll keep it at my place. And I think we've had a long enough night as is. You need to take care of Rain, and I don't know. What do you need to do with our friends over there?
Well, and gestures to them. Unless you wanted to take a corpse with you.
Here it is then. Let me know if you need anything. You've got my number, obviously. I'm going to get home and change my clothes and/or go to bed. Probably not that. I'll probably find something to do.
Okay.
And so with that, Byron will take the garbage bag and head on back to his haven, unless he's stopped or anyone wants anything.
Byron will notice as he walks away from the room and back towards the main doors of the church, the stone has become colder. And apparently, if looking at it through the trash bag, or at least pressing against it through the plastic, it definitely feels as if it's dry again.
Huh. Well, with that, Byron is going to actually head right back down. I don't know what Joseph will think, but, 5 minutes later, he's going to show back up here, and he's going to see if it gets warmer again as he gets down in this room.
Sure does. Standing there in the room and pressing against it through the plastic, it's become slick again.
Byron will look at Joseph. I'm assuming Joseph is curious why his back says, it got cold when I took it out of here, and it's warm again when I came back here.
Fuck my life. Well, let's see if we can figure this out, and he'll take it, and he'll put each of the bodies in a corner and see if it seems to react to any of them, like just dropping it on them.
You're gonna put the stone on them?
In the trash bag.
Okay. Well, can't really tell whether it's, reacting. It's warm in here. It's still warm, no matter who you waggle it at.
Okay, then he's going to ask Craig to take the bodies somewhere else.
Okay. The bodies are taken somewhere else in the church. And, it's a few minutes of standing around here, but, does not seem that the stone is as warm as it used to be, and, while it might have been preparing to, or may have already let out a slick substance of blood, it feels like it's dry again.
Aaron's body comes back in. No, you know what? Rain's body comes back in first.
Okay.
Just stand around for a few minutes.
Doesn't seem as if the stone has any reaction to her.
Have her dragged back out and Aaron brought in.
The stone does have a reaction to David's body.
David.
And by that I mean it's growing. It was slightly warm to begin with whenever Byron picked it up. And it does keep that, slightly warm thing as if, it radiates a little bit all of its own. But in the presence of David, it is radiating more heat through the bag, and it definitely feels as if it's becoming slick in there again.
Well, this probably isn't the first time he does it. He's taking off David's clothes.
Okay. The Nosferatu is stripped, and definitely significant chunks of his body has been taken out.
Wait. Did you say this is probably not the first time he's done this?
Well...
Hey, just right now. No.
You shut your mouth there!
Byron's going to say, so, you two need time alone? Kidding.
Is this some kind of, weird, Nosferatu necrophilia thing? Because if it is, I'm on board for this. So on board.
He's gonna start going through his clothes and have Aaron's body taken out and see if it's something in his clothes, and if not, then he's going to, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do.
Every single item that David Green has in his possession is on the floor. As soon as David's body is removed, it takes a few minutes. Stone is cold again.
He's gonna have all the bodies brought back in. This is where they're gonna be kept anyways. And then he's going to turn to Byron, who I assume he has been seeing everything and knowing when it's been going hot and cold.
Sure, you all can have some conversation like that. Well, this is ongoing, and Craig is hauling bodies to and fro.
Meanwhile, they're playing warmer, colder with a naked corpse.
David's still naked.
and a and bloody ball.
Right. Yeah, Byron's
He's
been
gonna
watching
throw
the
something
proceedings.
over David's crotch and then kick him.
Alright, the Nosferatu is kicked. Nothing happens.
Byron's going to say, what do you need to do that for? Hasn't he had enough abuse?
I need to do that because it makes me feel better.
Byron will give a snort.
Whoa, so now there's some sadomasochism in there? This is getting kind of racy.
You still on board?
Tentatively, yes.
Well,
Yeah, next-
I don't know what the fuck we can do except wait for him unless, want to get a knife and start seeing if he stuck something inside his stomach.
Did you rest thing on top of him yet? Or, I mean, did I miss that?
It's still in the bag.
I haven't
Yeah, but I'm
actually
saying-
pulled it out of the bag at all. So,
All right, well, Byron said, I want to try one more thing, if you don't mind. And he'll take it and take the thing out of the bag, and he is going to rest it on David's chest, assuming he's laid out on the floor.
Okay. That happens. And there's a few seconds that pass while the black rock is resting upon the Nosferatu's naked chest. And then it discorporates and oozes through the Nosferatu's pores.
Huh.
whatever the fuck that was, I can tell you it wasn't good.
No, really?
David, Aaron, I want you to go ahead and just roll a straight up 1d10 for me. Okay. Before your eyes and David's as well, whatever sort of peaceful tranquility of silence that was existing for you, David, has ended with an abrupt visage. The last thing you remember of course, is the massive claw of this creature basically ripping your body. And you sort of wake up yet again with, not a scream this time, because there's something lodged in your throat. Your body swings up from its prone state to you sort of sitting up. And you're awake and incapacitated, and you cough out what seems to have been a large, solid, ink-black rock from your throat. You have an additional point of blood in your blood pool, and you are incapacitated.
Huh. Well, that
Does
actually turned out
incapacitated
about
mean
the
I
way I
can't
thought it would.
talk?
No, you can still talk, it's just that you basically can only, crawl around and shit like that.
Alright.
I think you
Well,
actually,
Joseph's pointing at Byron.
you can use it,
I'll just-
you can use, your blood pool to, heal up your lethal damage right there.
Not going to yet. I'm just going to sit there for a moment, then say, where the fuck are my clothes?
Joseph's still pointing at Byron.
You took my clothes?
Yeah, no, that was the Malk. Hey, give me that rock for a second. I want to try something. He's going to try the same thing with Marcus. He's going to rip open the clothes, if there are any left, and rest it on his chest and see if it works again.
Okay.
Can someone give me a pair of fucking pants?
Your clothes are laying all around you.
Yeah. It's just going to be exceptionally difficult for David to put anything on due to his crippled status.
Yeah,
Jo-
he'll spend a point of blood to bring him up 1 point. 2 points, actually. That way he's only in the minus 2s? Yeah.
Yeah, that would put him to mauled. Marcus's clothes are ripped to pieces. Byron does the same thing in resting the stone upon Marcus's chest. Marcus, go ahead and roll a d10 for me. The same thing that
Nice.
happened with David happened with Marcus as well. Marcus was in the stone throes of the death-like sleep of torpor, and then the images flash ahead of him having lost control and dipping into frenzy to do anything, and the creature just basically crushing Marcus into unconsciousness. He wakes up trying to scream, feeling though as if he's dead, that he is choking on something, and as his body swings up from its supine position into him sitting up, he coughs up, and the solid, ink-black stone comes flying out of his mouth, the jaw sort of unhinging a bit to allow it to fly out. Marcus is currently, basically, he's in that incapacitated state. He's no longer in torpor, and he's gained a point of blood in his blood pool.
Hey, Joseph, listen, this is really interesting and all, but you need to get Rain out of here before I eat her.
Byron,
Blood?
can you pull her out of there?
Craig's standing nearby. She leaves.
Right. Yeah, Byron is going to snag the rock and say, wow, this thing is handy. And he's going to shove it in his pocket again, assuming it's not losing blood.
Yeah, Jordan, if you're there, Marcus is awake, as I said, and he's gained has a point of blood in his blood pool, and, his clothes have been torn apart. They're no longer wearable.
When you grab it, Joseph's going to offer you up the plastic bag and say, whatever that's doing, we don't know all the side effects right now, so perhaps limited use should be best.
Yeah,
Also,
we
don't
should
let that
probably,
thing touch me.
We should probably go have that looked at by the Tremere.
I'm
Yeah,
fucking
that
hungry
was
right
Byron's
now.
thought too. That he was going to do that tomorrow. But one thing led to another, and hey, you're alive now.
Yeah, I am really hungry.
Of course, David and Marcus end up knowing nothing between when they went into torpor, and here they are now.
So,
Marcus, I'm actually going to send a point of blood just so
what
Marcus
happened
can
to
stand
Frosty?
up.
What do you say, Aaron?
What the fuck happened to Frosty?
He's dead.
And how long have I been down here this time? Has it been another month?
No, it's actually been just like I don't even know, like less than a day. It's the same day.
Yeah, an hour or two maybe.
What, really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And speaking
This-
of hunger, Joseph's going to check his clock, check his phone for the time.
Looks like it, quite some time has passed. It's 4:04 in the morning.
It's getting a little bit late to be running around feeding.
If I don't get some blood right now, I'm probably going to end up attacking one of you.
Yeah, I'm incredibly hungry.
If you think you can manage something and get back here in probably an hour, maybe two max.
Listen, if I try and feed myself right now, then I'm liable to kill someone, and that's not happening.
Same with me.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Byron's going to go. He's going to drop the black stone into the bag that Joseph offered, and he's just going to leave it.
It's still
with
warm,
Joseph.
by the way.
What's that?
Stone. Still warm. Still oozing blood, and perhaps, none of them are exactly, living, so they don't have any fluids that would have come up as well. Although apparently they both, each one had the stone discorporate into their chest before being coughed up. It's still warm, and it's still leaking blood.
Huh. Byron will say, well, hey, why don't you two share this? Lick on it a little bit.
I'd rather not.
This is, that's all sorts of bad. That is... I think
David,
that's one of the-
Marcus, go ahead and roll self-control. Actually, Marcus has a self-control difficulty 4. Let's see, David has a self-control difficulty 6. Or you can spend points of willpower.
2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes for David as well.
Get that thing away from me now.
Yeah, this thing just brought you out of torpor, but all right. Suit yourself. I'll go along with my new plan. I'll see if I can round up a few people.
You hand back to Joseph and put it in the bag?
Yeah, I'll just drop it in the bag.
Okay. Then Joseph's going to say, I'm going to go ahead and find something to do with this, and I'm going to see if there's something I can do about getting blood. Otherwise, you're going to be here alone for a little while, and I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, so please try not to kill each other. That's really the only thing I can ask right now. And then he's going to walk off to find somewhere to bury this.
Okay. Byron goes off to potentially hunt for someone, and Joseph goes off to potentially bury that. Marcus, David, for your parts, every time you close your eyes, and you at least allow your brain to wander, there's the creature right there. The Frosty, the snowman, if you will, sort of just posed, leering, its mouth a furnace of heat.
So, how'd the fight go after I clocked out?
I frenzied and tried to eat it. And then I got knocked into tor from what last I remember.
Yeah, what the fuck do you think was up with that rock thing? Where'd Byron get that?
I don't know, but Byron's trust of it doesn't really bode well.
Why do you think they pulled my clothes off?
Do I look like I know? He licked my shoe.
And they pulled everything out of my pockets, right?
Yep, it's all scattered about on the floor.
Alright, Dave's going to start carefully sorting everything back away.
Okay.
And once he's done with that, he's going to pull out his cell phone and say, hey, I think I'm going to call the sheriff in on this.
Go for it. I'm just going to try not to bleed all over everything over here.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much the same way.
Well, I actually don't have any blood to bleed, so I can't bleed.
And then he's going to call up the sheriff.
Son of a bitch, no cell phone service down here right now.
God damn it. Alright, well, in that case, he's going to put on his gloves and start poking around in his own wounds to see if he can pull out some shards of wood.
It seems as if they've discorporated and melted as well. Maybe when the creature died, and it died, at least as far as David heard. It doesn't exist anymore, so maybe that's why he's not finding brambles and thorns and thickets and entire groves of trees growing out of himself.
Well, in that case, he'll, pull off the gloves, wad them up, put them in a Ziploc to be thrown away later.
Okay. Joseph, we'll go ahead and look at you next. You said you wanted to bury the thing?
Yeah, I can't think of where he'd put it, but somewhere preferably outside the Haven, somewhere where it's just somewhere completely random, just where no one else is going to touch it.
Are you sure you want this to happen from an item that apparently Byron found from inside this whatever the fuck creature?
No, but he also doesn't want people poking around his Haven looking for it. No, he'll probably obfuscate his way back into his Haven after a while, because there's nowhere safe you can bury it without the risk of who knows, no fuck knows what happened, and just stick it in a closet.
It's possible
somewhere.
that the church might have a little like garden of its own. Like stick it within like a potted plant or something.
That would probably be a very good bet. Just pull out a potted plant, stick it under it.
Okay.
Do you have an attached cemetery?
No, it's a church in the middle of New York.
Yeah,
It's
some of
a
them have
modern
attached
church.
cemeteries. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a modern style church.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he'll stick it in a potted plant somewhere.
All right, Byron, are you going back to Astoria to try to look for people, or are you actually going to hunt for people around Flushing?
I'm just going to hunt for people around Flushing, and I'm going to try to mesmerize them to get them to follow me. I'm going to say, and I'm going to try to find women and say, hey, you need to have a good time or whatever, and get them to follow me. And however many I can get in, say, an hour. If it's more than like 4 or 5, then no. But I mean, he's going to get enough to get these guys out of being hungry anyway, which is like
That was among the least convincing come on I've ever heard.
Yep. So, are you going to be using awe, rather, to attempt to impress upon these ladies, along with perhaps a natural sort of social persuasion rules?
Well, I was going to use mesmerize for dominate, but I can use awe as well.
If you're picking out individuals, then you're going to find one person. Because mesmerize is a dominate thing, which affects one person.
One person at a time, but you can
Yeah.
give a suggestion, right? Yeah, but okay, that's why I was asking how many I could do in an hour. If it's only going to be one.
I mean, a hunting roll is 1 per hour, finding a suitable person, so yeah, 1 per hour. If that's how Byron's going to hunt for people.
Yeah, I mean, you said it was like 4 a.m., and so dawn is what, about 7 or so, I guess?
Oh, no, not 7 or so.
What is it then?
6 or so.
In March? It's 6 o'clock?
Dawn is like when the sky starts turning blue.
I thought dawn was when the sun crested.
No, that's sunrise.
March 15th, 1998, 6:08 a.m. As a matter of fact, it's actually the morning of the 16th. 6:06 a.m. sunrise.
Frack.
Oh yeah, I hope some of those people you find are drunk. It might not matter, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I don't know how much Byron can do for you. Because, I mean, you can bring back one person, but you're going to rip that person to shreds probably. So Byron is probably not going to do that for you. All I can figure, is there a blood bank nearby that he knows of? He can check like the yellow pages or something? Like a
blood bank
hospital or
that's open
something?
at 4 a.m.
Open schmopen. He'd break in and get something.
Yeah,
And
at
the
this point
hospital
we
is
might
24
actually
hours.
be, at this point, Marcus at least might be better off going down into the sewers and committing rat genocide again.
Yeah, I don't know if I can catch rats.
Rats in New York actually tend to be kind of aggressive, so it's less about catching the rats and more about letting them catch you.
The problem is that he might not want to automatically frenzy, you know? He might not want to, you know, go crazy down there as he feeds on rats. They don't taste good. As for the blood bank thing, I suppose I sort of don't know. I guess make a,
Something streetwise, probably.
we can actually use Byron's wits. Wits plus streetwise, a difficulty 6?
All right, and that's, okay, so no penalty.
So now, it's a location sort of a thing. If you're looking for a blood bank, it doesn't matter whether, you know, it's open or not right now. This is so that, you know, you can find and locate the thing.
Right, 2 successes, looks like.
Yeah, there's one sort of in the vicinity. It's not exactly near Joseph's church. It's quite some distance. And of course, we get to the whole concept of Byron transporting it.
Right.
It is closed.
Right. It's not a hospital then. That would have been his first choice. But yeah.
I mean, if it was going to be a hospital, yeah, you could have found that easily. There would have been no need for a roll. There are hospitals everywhere.
Yeah, I was saying that. I don't know, before hospital or blood bank, whatever is closest or easiest. Because the idea is he would go in, he would take a doctor's coat and to hide, his shredded clothing as much as possible, and he would try to awe and bluff his way to getting some packs of blood. He'd say, "We have an emergency patient. I need some blood stat," is what he would try to do.
Where are you going to get the doc's coat?
From the laundry room.
Yeah, he'd go through the back door. Usually, if you go in through like the emergency entrance, where the ambulances come in, there's like a little locker or closet area or something, and hopefully you could find something in there.
Okay. Let's do this off the cuff then. For the concept of trying to sneak into this whole hospital area, let's go ahead and have a dexterity plus stealth at difficulty 6.
So it's difficulty 7 because I have no points in stealth.
Yes.
Got 1 success. Wait, why did I roll 4? I got no successes. Just take the first 2. I don't know why I rolled 4.
We didn't see
I thought
your
you
roll.
took I thought you took a -1 penalty, not a +1 difficulty.
It might just be a
is it?
minus one die. We didn't see
No,
a
we
roll.
didn't
We only see the roll for you locating a place.
Why does it keep... All right. I had to quit like 3 times. I don't know why it's not. But I succeeded that time, so that was good.
You did. And you managed to manipulate yourself into a situation where you can have access to a doctor's coat.
Fantastic. So I'm going to spend 10 or 15 minutes and see if I can find out where they store the blood. It should be somewhere close to the ER, obviously. So I'll be checking signs and stuff.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a straight up perception. Roll your 3 perception dice. Might be better if rather than looking at signs, social interaction might be what's required to figure out where it's located.
All right, I'll find a nurse and I will. I forgot to do this, but I will now. He's been walking around without blush on, but he's going to find a out of the way place and blush up before he goes trying to talk to people.
Okay, that's a good idea.
But then he's going to try to find a nurse and ask as casually, but with as much impetus or where blood is. He's going to look like he really. He's going to try to make himself look like he's trying to stay calm, but he needs something quickly.
Casual but urgent.
Okay.
Like a punk.
It's an interesting question, but let's see. Byron is persuasive, and he's good at gaining trust. Go ahead and give me a manipulation plus empathy at difficulty 7, and your specialties for manipulation and empathy apply.
I think I might succeed there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, as a matter of fact, she takes you there herself. She smiles politely at you. Must be like a new doctor here or something, having some problems. And then
I will thank her effusively but quickly. Another one of those oxymorons. And I will walk up to I'm assuming there's someone at a desk or something. And say,
we'll go ahead and say that, and we can have another manipulation plus empathy at difficulty 7 here too, where both your specialties apply.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to do all for this because I do not want this to fail. So that's
in that case, go ahead and roll your awe then after spending your blood point.
All right, let me find where awe is again. I always forget what the roll is for that. It's is it charisma versus plus etiquette, isn't it, or something like that?
I thought it was charisma plus empathy.
All right, that's better for me anyway.
I thought it was performance.
Oh, it is performance. Performance. That's what it was. I knew it was one that had like 1 point in.
Okay,
All right.
there's no need for you to roll your manipulation plus empathy thing. You've won over this person, and yeah, so how much blood do you need? It's gonna look pretty goddamn awkward and interesting if you try to carry out so many things by yourself here. It's kind of assumed that you need it in the hospital, right?
Right. It's let's see. How will I do this?
You're
I'm
loading
gonna
up the
say
ambulance, clearly.
what? Yeah, I mean that's
Clearly
what I
you're
was thinking.
loading
Is
up
just get it to be.
ambulance.
Yeah, I'd say I need 4 blood bags to the ambulance garage as quickly as possible.
Alright, the plasma bags are brought there. The number as they were requested.
All right, I will take the doctor's coat and I will put the plasma bags in them and I will tie it up, take the corners and tie it. And I'm going to GTFO back to
As
the
soon
church.
as you're alone, of course.
Right. I will, however long that takes. It's probably a busy place, so it might take a while.
Go ahead and give me another dexterity plus stealth at difficulty 6.
And of course,
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab some food. I'll be right back.
Alright.
and of course that one, I guess I'd get -1 if I'm doing stealth again. So just take the first one, which happens to be an 8. So I was like,
Yeah. That is, Byron is successful in his little secure blood juices endeavor, and he has retrieved 4 plasma bags. By the time you get back to the church, it's 5:35 in the morning.
all right, I'll immediately go down to the crazy room and I will drop the bag with plasma and say, I hope this helps. I don't think any of them were drunk, so I can't help you there, but this is the best I could do.
Let's see, the 4 plasma bags can be split up to 2 each, and they will restore 2 blood points to each of you, although whenever Aaron gets back, he's going to have to make another self-control roll, and Marcus is going to have to make one as well. I mean, yeah, sure, you can drink 2, or you can have all 4, right? All you have to do is frenzy, man.
Yeah,
Marcus isn't falling for it.
Byron's going to leave the room after he drops him there because he doesn't want to be in any fist fights or anything.
Marcus crawls his way over there, grabs 2 and crawls back to his corner. Well, I guess I should wait to see what Aaron rolls.
Yes. He is getting food, so I suppose you folks can take a break for a few minutes.
Woo, break time. I'm probably gonna go attempt to find food as well.
Gotta forage.
This may log me off for a moment, so I'm gonna disconnect from the server for just a second to reconnect my internet.
Okay.
User in your channel timed out. User was moved to your channel.
Okay.
So, folks in the Twitch chat, you have any questions while we wait for Aaron to return? Anything I might be able to answer, or that someone else here in the coterie can answer? Or comments or slander statements? Gossip? Well, yeah, chaotic idealism. The coterie kind of fought him. I would hope that I would have a stat block for him. Hmm. That is a good point, Metal Slime Hunt. I do like that, actually. His humanity is high enough that theft would be a problem for him.
And blood's something important for hospital to have.
Yeah.
And if he didn't specify, it's probably O positive, which is, oh geez.
That goes well with cheese. Any good sources to help a newbie. There's the vague books. I mean, I've only been doing this for a few months too, so I mean, I've learned my shit on the fly. Have I ever played the LARP combat rules? No. Did the hat and scarf melt away as well? Well, no, the players really looked. The stat block that you could see? No. The degraded, that's a horrible question that has nothing to do pertaining to Vampire the Masquerade. Wouldn't refusing to help his friends mean a humanity check too? No. They're monsters.
We don't have friends, we have people we consider less likely to be food sources. I see Sean still hasn't reconnected to the server.
Oh. Completely forgot.
What did you miss? Now someone can give you a recap if they want.
Dope.
Oh! In that case, Byron fails to justify the fact that he snuck into a hospital and he stole bags of blood from a hospital that likely would have been used on injured people because, you know, he's such a monster. He fails to rationalize that with himself. And Byron loses a point of humanity.
Oh, we're all sixes now.
Now you all get to wake up at the same time. Yes!
Yeah, you know, that's actually a relief, because I hated having an hour. I'm like, what am I going to do with an hour while I wait for everyone else?
I guess I'll just read.
I see the New York Mets have lost.
I'll go ahead and get some water to drink as well. Or maybe a Mountain Dew. I don't know. It's a mystery.
Oh god, if you get into, will you end up like JG does on some of those videos?
I'm not that hyper. Not anymore.
And while he's gone, let's all hope he's hyper. Come on, boys and girls, if you believe with all your heart and cross your fingers, all of them, including you with 4 fingers. It'll happen.
Alright, I'm back. Aaron, you back
So
yet?
am I.
Yeah, go
I
ahead and
just
make
sat down.
a self-control roll at difficulty 8 for me, Aaron. To resist frenzying, Byron brought back 2 bags of plasma. Actually 4. 2 for each of you, but you are hungry. Alright, you succeed. In that case, each of you gain 2 points of blood in your blood pool.
I'm still hungry.
So am I, but at least this way you'll be able to wake up tomorrow.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm still
it's
mauled.
yeah, it's in the 5:30ish range too in the morning, so no one's gonna be able to go out and hunt any. You're all stuck here.
Yep.
Hey, on the bright side, Byron lost some humanity, so he's done with us.
Oh, really? What did he do?
He
Stole
stole blood from a hospital.
Oh, I guess that's all it takes.
Humanity of 7 theft actually can qualify for making you lose humanity.
Well, there you go.
Doesn't he also have to roll to lose his conscience?
Nah.
That's
If he
more
had
because
botched.
that's more because of the frankly reprehensible things that Germain did. Normally, nothing makes you lose your virtues, I don't think.
Right, unless you botched like a humanity roll or something, then you'd lose a point of conscience. Or you did
Right.
something really, really morally reprehensible. I'd make you, like if you Diablerized someone. I'd make you roll for it. But, no, Byron just, did something that he just wasn't able to justify in his head, or rationalize. In that case, he might not simply feel guilty about it at all, like, yeah, whatever, fuck them. Bunch of stupid lick sticks.
Pretty much. He's decided he's going to save these vampires over perhaps saving some human that gets in a car accident or something. So that's definitely a loss of humanity on his
Probably would have
part.
gone to a drunk driver anyway.
Well, because the humans are eventually going to go bad anyway. They have an expiration date.
Right. So yes, he has become more removed from humanity. Just fuck him, basically.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on board with just fucking them.
Okay. Time passes. You all eventually end up settling down as best you can for sunrise. Marcus and David are still very much hungry. And the day, that is Monday, March 16th, 1998, progresses. And supposedly without incident because the church doesn't burn down while you're all awake, despite the fact that there's really only one ghoul to oversee it now for the time being, which is a good thing. It's not burned down. Eventually, night does come, and you all end up waking up roughly around the same time now, shortly after 10 p.m., losing a point of blood from your blood pools in the process. Byron's down to 9, Joseph's down to 9, Marcus has 1, and David has 2, I think.
No, I just removed mine while you were talking, so I'm
Okay,
down to 10.
good.
Not a huge difference. But...
Every little bit helps.
Hey man, it's going to take me 2 bloods to blush up now, so I need that now.
I need to feed.
David, hungry.
Red Wizard needs food bad.
Joseph's not getting here. You can go running off.
I can only crawl.
They can't run. They can barely move.
Oh.
No, actually, I'm only -2 wound penalty.
Yeah, I knew David was taking very few minuses. I
So
didn't know.
at Mauled, let's see, apparently David can move around at 3 yards per turn.
Oh, fair enough.
You get to hobble.
In that case, David's going to hobble on off to find Joseph and explain to him, no, really, I'm quite hungry and I'm not willing to risk killing a person over this.
Marcus would follow him. He can only crawl 1 yard per turn.
Byron, of course, is there too, having woken up and like, huh, everyone else is staring at the same time. Interesting. Maybe they've been lying to me all this time. Maybe they just sleep in.
Lazy bastards.
Apparently, an unexpected error occurred whenever Aaron moved to the front of the church. Interesting. God damn it.
I didn't get any error.
I got it.
I got it.
It'll be
I am the
fine.
one doing it.
You son of a bitch. We were just joking at first, but now it's for realsing stuff. It'll be fine.
Well then, I'll go out and see what I can do.
Please do. I don't need enough to heal up. I just need enough to not risk killing anyone.
Joseph will go out and look for charity cases, like bums or someone which he can promise a meal to.
Oh my god, you are just profoundly evil, aren't you?
No,
All right.
he'll actually give them a meal too. I mean, it's church. They've got to have extra food. He'll give them a meal.
Food for blood.
Hey,
We put
it's a fair
something in your
trade.
tummy, we put something in your tummy, you put something in ours. Quid pro quo.
Alright, we'll go ahead and say that's a, let's say it doesn't matter whether it's charisma or manipulation for you. I might do. You're trying to manipulate them into doing something for you. Go ahead and have a manipulation plus empathy at difficulty 4, Joseph. To represent your hour of hunting.
Doesn't Joseph have wound penalties as well?
Yeah.
Joseph's walking around aggro damage.
Yeah. With burns across his chest. Does that affect these rolls, or is that just physical rolls?
That's everything. I think.
Okay, then the last.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Grimith.
I'm gonna say it applies, if only because even if the book doesn't necessarily say that it doesn't affect social roles, you're trying to persuade people to come do something while you're in a not good shape.
Well, and plus there's the pain, there's... I mean, you're kind of jacked up.
Okay, then that's just a flat failure.
You're trying to woo a bum.
Oh no, that would be 2 successes then.
Yeah. Anyway, you still do succeed, and after an hour of time, so you're looking at 11 o'clock. Does anyone want to do anything during this time besides Joseph? I know Marcus and David are going to be playing Hungry, like Go Fish Vitae or something. What does Byron want to do?
I'm actually going to try and find somewhere out of the way on the ground floor of the church. If they're even opening it today, I kind of doubt they are.
No.
And, you know, give the sheriff a call.
Are you fucking kidding me? Does no place in this goddamn church have cell phone service? This is ridiculous.
Huh. Well, okay then.
Everywhere you walk in here, dead zone, dead zone, dead zone, dead zone. Huh.
Fair enough.
That probably doesn't mean anything bad, though, or anything.
Nah.
Alright. What does Marcus or Byron wish to attempt to do?
Well, is Joseph already out the door?
Yeah, he's busy.
All right. Well, he's Byron is just going to head back and get a change of clothes in Astoria and maybe find some food for himself too for the next hour or so, or whenever someone calls him.
Okay, go ahead and make your hunting roll at a difficulty of 2. 3, actually, courtesy of your Ventrue nature. It is a late Monday night.
Right.
I'm gonna try to find a right person. You found a right person.
Yeah, I just did charisma, empathy. They're going to be
Okay, that's fine. Alright. So, Byron's gone at this time, but Joseph does lead an individual, a charity case, back to the church for a meal. Now, how's Joseph going to do this?
Just lead them straight on in and tell him he'll set up a meal. He'll get a meal for them downstairs.
Okay.
And then while they're still upstairs waiting for him to come back, he'll go down, tell one of them to step out into another room, and then bring him downstairs for whoever to feed on.
I don't think you understand. Mark can't stand up.
We just explained to you that if you let us actually bite down on someone, we're probably going to kill them.
True, but there's really no way I can get blood out of someone without, drinking it.
What about
Not
your
without,
hurt?
cutting them.
He brought me blood in a city, not in a city, in a plastic cup when I woke up before.
Yeah, I guess he can. Well, don't you have the willpower to do that, though? Well, if you're not going to, then he'll...
It's not a willpower to resist frenzy, it's a self-control roll.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it's because sanguinary animism...
Yeah, your sanguinary animism condition is a willpower roll, but when you're hungry, you have to make a self-control.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking willpower the entire time. Okay,
And
so then...
I don't really have willpower to spend anyway, even if that was an option.
Well, then he'll literally just give the bum a meal, and then call up two of his herd.
Joseph Cheung, he's known to be a great guy and a wonderful member of the community who helps out people, even if he's not always the most available. And certainly the gift is appreciated. Okay, so how many members of the herd is Joseph calling up?
2, normally. Probably the max I can tap in one day.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, Joseph might be a little concerned, but on the bright side, he did feed off of someone else, and hope no one finds that body. Okay, in that case, Byron ends up, he's fished, or do you plan on returning to the church, Byron?
I'll give Joseph a call and see if he's back and what the plans are.
Okay, Joseph's got a call before his herd arrive.
Well, I'm trying to get them blood. If you want to come down and help.
Yeah, all right. I thought I'd done a bit of that, but I'll come on back and see what I can do.
I've probably got it handled. I don't know exactly how much they'll need, but I hope it'll be enough. If not, I don't know if it's going to do. If you want to see if there's something you can do about seeing about whatever the fuck that snowman thing was, I don't even know where we'd start on that.
Well, first of all, what'd you do with that rock I gave you? I didn't notice it when I came back last night.
I tucked it safely away for the time being. I really don't want us messing with that until we figure out what the fuck it is. I mean, that could be, as far as we know, blood bonding us to something worse than Celod.
Yeah, you might be right. But regardless, that's our one big link to what happened, because after that thing died, it just dissolved and left that, and so there's nothing left of it.
Yeah, I figured as much, not seeing anything left. I'll, we'll figure something out. Bye.
Yeah, if you do need somebody else to come by, let me know, and I can see if I can round up someone here in Astoria. Shouldn't be too hard. I can convince people to come, and I can edit their memory afterwards if need be.
Oh, that would actually be very useful. I'll see if I can get enough blood done. That said, we're all going to be needing a ton of blood to heal those blasts, so if you want to do that anyways.
Yeah, all right, I can do that. So with that, I'll get off the phone and he'll go looking for someone. He'll bring back, I guess he'll spend 3 hours and see if he can get 3 people, all of them, and suggest that they come back to his place, which is going to be a church, oddly enough.
Maybe Byron Rand likes it kinky.
Yeah.
You mean the church that's currently all ruined on the inside and covered in sprays of flesh and gore and blood?
Pillars have seen better days.
Just general chaos and destruction everywhere on the interior.
Right. Yeah. I don't have a better idea. So
okay. That's what Byron's going to spend the next 3 hours doing. Trying to look for people in that case. Rather than you having hunt rolls over the next 3 hours, you can just make 3 manipulation plus leadership rolls.
that might have been a failure depending on what score you're talking about.
Ah.
All right, now I'm down.
Do you all want them to arrive at the same time? When do you want these, hot dates to be?
Oh, I figured they were just following me around. And I did blush up, so that's 2 points off. And if I'm awing them at all, of course, that's 1 blood point each time.
Right.
So you're just hoping that they follow you around while you.
Of course, if you blush up, that lasts for only a scene, and you're hunting over a 3-hour span.
Screw it, I won't do that then. I guess I'll just say, yeah, show up at the church at, what time is it now? Around 2 a.m., I guess, by the end of everything?
It would be 2:10 to 15 a.m. if once you collect all these people, yes.
All right, so what I'm going to say to each of them is, and I will awe them with this too, so I will spend a blood point for that. I'll say, yeah, there's a party down at the church down there in Flushing, and bring your friends.
Which church?
It should be a real great thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of churches in New York City metropolitan area.
Yeah, I'll give the address.
Yeah, there's a lot of churches in Flushing.
Joseph Cheung's non-denominational church, got it.
Yeah, so I'll say, when the bar's closed, come on down.
Okay. Joseph, your hurt arrives.
Then I'll bleed them each for 2, and give them in sippy cups.
Okay. Marcus, when you taste the blood, it's a self-control roll difficulty 6. For David, it's a self-control roll difficulty 8 to avoid frenzying.
And when I drank it, I assume I'll be kept off in some other room.
Well.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot of other rooms for us.
Well, there is your kind of room.
On the flip side, I mean, you're a powerful enough and determined vampire. That might work for Joseph. That ain't fucking working for you.
Yeah, my panic room's me. It's for a guy with 1 strength.
That's not David, who can immediately spend all of his blood pool to blast the door off its hinges.
Yeah, frenzy.
David drinks the sippy cup, worth 2 points of blood, and decides that he wants more blood, because he's still fucking hungry, and god damn it, this little fucking pussy-ass cup ain't gonna do anything for him.
And where was he being kept, exactly?
I'd probably say we did it down in the panic room.
In that case, the only other people there would probably be, Marcus and Joseph. He probably had the herd, somewhere that wasn't there and brought down the blood to you. As David loses his damn mind and maybe even crushes the damn plastic cup.
No! Anything but that! Alright, then he's gonna start pounding on the goddamn door. Or, actually, I mean, if they're both in there with him.
I assume that you all three are together. He just gave you the blood, and it's not like you're gonna wait until he leaves to drink it.
Yeah, it was kind of being that you just wouldn't panic. That said, if you did panic, I probably wanted Marcus in there too.
To do what?
Be
Yeah,
another
seriously.
body for him to leap at?
Yes, my corpse.
Yeah, he's gonna try and grab the person that he, doesn't have a second stage blood bond to. So he's gonna make a roll to try and make a clinch.
Okay. First,
With no dice penalties.
looks like 2 successes. Since there wasn't any sort of actions declared, this will end up being the first round of combat. Joseph can just straight up roll a dodge at dexterity with athletics. And then I'll have you 2 roll initiative.
Sounds like a plan.
Looks like Joseph is grabbed by David.
There's my initiative.
Okay, Joseph, go ahead and give me an initiative roll as well. Please.
+5. So that's 10.
Okay. And say David will be able to go first, and Joseph will have to declare first. Before you go ahead and declare, though, how about you give me a self-control roll at difficulty 6, Joseph? This is physical provocation. Motherfucker is in your haven and has grabbed onto you like he is going to bite you. Alright, you keep your goal. But for now, you'll have to, every turn, you'll have to continue to roll self-control to accumulate 5 successes. Alright, you're currently being clinched right now, Joseph. Courtesy of the clinch, you can do strength damage automatically, or you can attempt to escape it, or since you are in such grapple mode too, you can attempt to bite David as well. If you really wanted to. Ungrateful bastard and all.
Bite roll would be...
Dexterity
plus
plus brawl, and then you get to roll aggravated damage. Unless you're trying to drain him.
Yeah, it's a dexterity plus brawl. You get an extra die on that attack roll.
So I'm gonna buff Dex 1 with 1... Oh, no, that would cost me... No, then I'm just gonna bite him.
Okay, go ahead and roll dexterity plus brawl.
No, he goes first.
Oh, that's right, that's true. David, your frenzy.
Yep, I'm gonna try and put the kiss on him.
Okay, It's resolved in the same way as a normal bite, but...
Oh, and fuck, I forgot. I was supposed to roll the automatic strength damage for the grapple.
Nah, whatever. Since you forgot, we won't calculate it right now.
That's fair.
It's fine. I forgot about it too. Okay, go ahead and then David, and do your attack roll first.
And then, how exactly does the kiss work against vampires? Do they have to make like a willpower roll or something?
I am checking. See, while kindred find the kiss pleasurable, they may resist it more readily than mortals can. Any kindred, regardless of willpower, may make a self-control roll at difficulty 8 to avoid succumbing to the kiss. Which, it looks like, Joseph would. I mean, since you're both clenched, I suppose he could... Well, can't really dodge this. I suppose maybe he could parry with his own fangs? I don't know.
I think this is just a self-control roll here.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that latches on. He succeeds. I assume you rip out 3 points of blood, David.
Yep.
And it's Joseph's turn, who still has full faculties and is completely capable of doing things, and has just lost 3 points of blood.
That does bring you up to second stage blood bond with me too.
That it does.
And your action was to bite the motherfucker, so go for it. Dexterity plus brawl with an additional die for the attack roll, courtesy of the accuracy.
So, I've actually got a question. Now that I'm no longer hungry, does the hunger frenzy end?
Doesn't say it does, but I will go ahead and have you roll another self-control roll at difficulty 8.
But yeah, general frenzies are for the scene, so...
Yeah. But I'm feeling generous, and we know what happened the last time David tried to break out of frenzy. Anyway, the bite misses. Go ahead and roll self-control at difficulty 8, David. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, declarations come again. Joseph's the first to declare. You two are still in a clinch with each other.
I'm actually looking at my first thing of dementation, so give me just a second.
Okay.
Okay, the first thing of dementation is passion. I can heighten his emotions, or I can blunt them. Characters talk to the victims, roll charisma plus empathy, difficulty equals humanity or path, number of successes determines duration, effects of the power might include 1 or 2 dot additions or subtractions to difficulties of frenzy rolls, virtue rolls, rolls to resist presence powers, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and try to tell him, we're friends, I mean, you were down here. I saved you I took you in the battle of for the city. I were a coterie. So please stop trying to eat me.
Okay, and David, for his part, is going to continue nomming upon Joseph.
I was actually thinking that this turn I would throw him away and go try and find some of those delicious mortals upstairs.
That sounds that sounds like it could certainly fit with him. Yeah, sure. You can go ahead and, well, since you two are still clinching with each other, you can go ahead and roll to try to escape from the
Yes, no, that's exactly what it would be. To try and toss him aside.
Okay, you're the one who acts first, David. And
that can be resisted if you so choose.
With a relevant, it's the same check.
Strength plus brawl, by the way.
Strength plus brawl.
He would resist, but he would have 0 dice on it.
Okay. Well, then in that
Really?
case,
Why?
Yeah, -2. He's taking -2s.
he's wounded.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, David tosses Joseph aside. As for what Joseph wants to do, you can go ahead and roll charisma plus empathy, then Joseph.
Am I taking a -2 on that too?
Yeah. But that definitely meets the target's humanity rating. Let me check to see whether he can actually act, because he's currently in a frenzy itself. I don't know how passion affects him when he's actually in a frenzy right now.
It doesn't include a lot of what it says. It's effects of this power might include 1 or 2 point additions or subtractions to difficulty of frenzy rolls, virtue rolls, rolls to resist presence powers, etc. That includes a lot.
All difficulties to dominate or otherwise mentally control a frenzy character. You're not trying to mentally control him. For the purposes of this, I tell you what. We'll go ahead and allow David another self-control roll, difficulty 8. We'll say even difficulty 7.
And before botch.
Okay. Joseph manages
that is why I
to
thought that.
somehow calm down David, and David's like, well, I did already eat. Beast is like, I guess you're alive, and we're not stuck in torpor where we have to relive every failure of you stupid cunt. Okay, I'll go back in the box.
I'm not
Whatever.
hungry anymore.
That's right. He's like,
Back in the
that's what it's kind
flask.
of like. So it's like, since you've been calmed down now and your passion's been cured, it's sort of like the beast is now sort of like apathetic, like, whatever. Fine. Gosh. Just trying to help you
Then,
survive.
Well, now, David's going to kind of get a freaked out look on his face, dash over to...
No, he's not that freaked out. He's calmed down. He's mellowed.
No, this is more of an existential one. Dash over Joseph, help him up, and say, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah, my neck just hurts a little bit.
Can you guys kiss and make up already?
Didn't we just do that?
I saw no tongue.
Actually, yeah, let me get that wound closed for you.
Oh, I can't get it out of my head now. I have this image of like a Nosferatu extending his tongue and gently laughing at a wound to close it.
That is how vampire bites get closed.
No Nosferatu tongue. Stay away from my brain.
No, now it's with you forever.
Bad touch, bad touch.
And yet so good.
Can someone drag it to the man? Can someone drag me to the sewer entrance?
You want to crawl around down there?
I need more blood.